Dave.
Hey.
Hey, thank you so much for making Easter dinner.
No problem.
I know you really, really want to watch the Masters right now. I know that's what you want to do, but can you help me do this? It'll take 5-10 minutes.
Of course.
Okay, but why don't I even do this so that we know, because I really know you want to watch the Masters. I'm going to set the timer. So we'll be done. Even if it goes off and we're not done, that's okay. I'm going to go set the timer for 8 minutes. So I'm just going to walk over here and put the timer on the oven.
Why don't you just use the Google timer?
Well, you know me. I'm just more of a let's walk up and do it like that. I could have done the Google timer. But you know me. That would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
I could have just said Google or Alexa. Okay. So this is what I could use your help with.
Okay.
You know, at work, we've been trying to figure out a way to kind of help our staff really know our residents, like really know what's their history, what their likes, are they introverts, are they extroverts, that type of information kind of readily available to them so they can support the people who go to our adult care center.
Okay.
So I'm trying out some different kinds of, not even assessments I would call it, but different tools so we can make that easy for the staff to know what, could look at it quickly.
Okay, bring it.
Okay, so if you could do this for me. First, I just need you to take your piece of paper and just fold it in half for me. Okay. Perfect. Now pick a pencil, any pencil. I'm surprised you didn't pick red for Wolfpack. I'm gonna pick blue for Blue Hose. Go Hose. All right, so just put your name in the middle. All right.
Okay.
All right, so now we're gonna.
You taking my pencil?
Oh, here, take it back. I'm so sorry. You're right, I shouldn't have taken your pencil, but I don't think we're gonna need it, but we might. You're right, we could need it in the future, so why don't you hold on to it? So, let me ask you this.
Okay.
If you go into like a social situation, and I think I know this because I've been married to you for 23 years, but I might find out something. If we go into a social situation, are you gonna be the person who is like going up to everybody, hey, how are you doing? Work in the room, talking? Are you gonna be more like, kind of like the extroverty kind of person? Are you gonna be the person who kind of hangs back a little bit more? I'm just curious, which one would you kind of describe your style?
Depends, I can do all three.
Which three can you do?
I can work the room, I can go talk to people, I can just kind of chill and go with the flow.
Okay.
Or I can just kind of sit back and watch.
Okay.
It really depends on the situation. Is it a work situation?
Okay.
Is it?
So if it's a work situation, which one would you think you might be able to do?
I don't know. I would probably be a little more, depending upon who it is, a little more working the room, trying to get to talk to as many people.
Okay, so if it's work, you definitely know how to work that room extra.
Well, back up.
Oh, okay.
Is it totally people I don't know now? Is it people that I work with, that I'm around? Is it parents of friends of my daughter? What's the I mean, they're all different.
They're all different. So you could actually, sounds like, depending upon what you have going on, you could kind of flow in between.
A chameleon, yes.
You're a chameleon. Okay, well, let's do that then. So let's just put, so I'm going to say, if
generally I'm a go with the flow person.
Okay, so you're a go with the flow person.
Yeah.
All right. So is there a go with the flow?
There's a go with the flow.
Okay, so why don't you take a piece of that, and you're a go with the flow person.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. You are a go. Having been married to you for 23 years, I can tell you are a go with the flow person. Now, if I'm given a tree, I can
you're
talk.
A talker.
I'm a talker,
Yeah.
and I'm more of an extrovert.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to put that here. And you're right, I do classify myself more as a talker.
As well you should.
Yeah. Now, so I'm going to put on 2. There's no rule that I can't put 2 of them on there. So that's more me. So I can go and talk to a tree. And I love, that's me.
That's
now,
you.
what about, I'm trying to think too. If you had to, you're a go with the flow. Do you think, knowing me, do you think I'm more of a planner, or do you think I'm more of a go with the flow?
You're a planner.
You're right, I am a planner.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that one, I like to plan ahead. Do you think it matters where I put it? What do you think?
No, what does it matter? Maybe put it over here.
Okay, that's what I'm going to put it over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. So, wait, you're not ambidextrous, are you? Like right hand, left hand?
I'm not.
You're just right hand.
Just right-handed, yes.
Okay. Well, I think what we should do is, where's your pen go? Pencil.
Put it back.
You put it back. Well, here, you want to pick another color? So why don't we do this? I'm not a very good artist, but
Neither am I.
I'm gonna make two hands down here.
It skipped a generation. For
Yeah,
our daughter.
it did skip it. So here's my little hand. 2, 3, 4. Right there. And then I'm gonna do one. Don't you think that's good? That's a good, but I'm gonna put here and then I'm gonna put a right. And then I'm gonna circle it. I wonder why that's important. Like if I'm doing this for the staff I'm working with, why do you think that might be important?
Just so if you hand them something, if they're any sort of physical activity, you want to make sure you support their dominant hand. I'm just guessing.
That's probably a good thing. So maybe you can put that on yours too, because that would be helpful. If you're going to be in my adult care center, knowing that is going to help me out. And I think your hand is going to look a little bit better than mine.
Not really.
No?
Oh, like I said, that's our daughter that can do that.
Okay, we're going to do one more.
Looks like a leaf.
Let's see. Oh, that looks good.
Oh.
You're the more artistic one.
If artistic is anything but drawing, sure.
Okay, so which one are you? Which one's
sorry.
the one? No, it just helps. Going to help me out, so I appreciate it. Perfect. Now, I am going to have to know too, and I think I know the answer to this. If you had, what is the thing that you like to have first thing in the morning?
Oh, a cup of decaffeinated coffee.
Oh, is it decaf always now?
Yes, I've
Where
been
have you been?
Where have you been? I've been decaf for
Well, see, I don't drink
4
coffee.
years.
Seriously?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
at least.
Okay, so now I don't drink coffee.
You drink a Diet Coke.
So you know what I think I'm gonna do?
Maybe you should draw a Diet Coke on yours.
Ooh, I could do that.
Yeah, it's a good thing you kept your pencil.
A good thing I did, and maybe you can put your coffee on that one. All right, so this is, while I draw this, I am just, because I think we're going to be coming up on this 8-minute, and I really want to be respectful of your time and watching the masters
I'm
here.
going to put decaf on here.
You put decaf, saying that your wife did not know that. So, how do you think staff could use this? Where could we put this? I'm just curious. We just did this together. So now I could come up to you or somebody who maybe didn't know you. Let's say this. If somebody saw this about me, what would they be able to tell you?
They would tell that you are an extrovert that can talk to anyone. Of course, you're right-handed and you're a planner. Mm-hmm. So that would mean if I was working with you and I wanted to come up with a program, I would sit down and show you all the steps and say, do you agree? I'd make you part of the process, but I would have all the steps laid out so you can see them.
That's very good. And what if?
And I know you'd probably help me because you're a talker, so you would jump right into it. So I wouldn't have to worry about it.
That would be exactly right. So now let me ask you this. So if you knew this about me, and I'm going to pause this just do this with me. Do that with me. Time out. I'm going to go pause that, and I'm going to 2 more minutes, and then we're going to finish this up. So, oh shoot. Let me ask you this. I know you don't work in an adult care center, but let's say you did. How do you think this might be able, kind of know, seeing that we kind of use this and you were able to describe that to me, how do you think a long-term care facility might be able to use this, or an adult care center? How might they be able to use it, do you think?
Well, I think it would help people to know how to approach people in the adult community. If you had different things, different likenesses, different people respond to different techniques, and if you kind of had an idea for maybe where their response is going to be greater, it would give you a better chance of success. So
you have a better response to them, better idea of who they are is what you're saying, and better success with what?
With any of the activities you want to plan or implement, right?
Okay.
Like in this case, some people just like being told what to do, or some people are go with the flow, so you could have a lot of flexibility and do some things on the fly and they would enjoy it. Other people other people like to plan and want to have things very structured. And if you knew that, you could have a plan and be very structured with them and have different milestones and be a little more rigid if that's what it calls for.
Okay. And so basically being able to really know the person is going to help us plan like really more like I hear you saying like individualized.
Yes, that's exactly what it does.
Okay. So through this
it's no different than the way you interact with your friends or other people. You know certain things for people you want topics you want to stay away from, things you want to stay away from, or things that are going to be more engaging.
So just like anyone else then.
Like anyone else.
So kind of knowing what we just did and knowing that this is a tool to really kind of get to know people, how do you think I might bring staff on board with doing this and buying into this? How do you think?
I think you could do a similar exercise with the staff in a small group and let everyone do it and get what they look like. And then potentially, does that help you deal with this person or that person? And then they could expand it out to their users.
I like that. Thank you very much, Dave. You're awesome. We're going to put these on the refrigerator, and then Margaret Ann's going to be like, why are those up there? Why do you have your name in it? Go with the flow. Thank you. This is awesome. And Beth, I'm just going to show you kind of how I laid this out too. I don't know what I'm doing here. So I gave us a piece of paper and I had cut, I don't know if you can see that if I'm doing that the correct way. Had them all cut out. So I was trying to prepare as best I could. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.